Hi guys, what is up? I don't know why I just did this, but what is up? It's Olivia. Welcome back to my channel. I am in yet again another new setup. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my Halsey concert experience. I know I've been doing so many videos like this recently, but I've just been going to a lot of concerts this August, so here's another one. Expect a couple of more. I just really like filming them, and I don't really know, it's just kind of a way to document things for myself as well as share my experience with other people that are interested in the artists that I am. So, and you know I love talking about music too, so this just gives me another excuse to do it. So like I mentioned, I'm going to be sharing with you guys my Halsey concert experience. So I saw Halsey about a week ago at Stage AE in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This is for her Badlands tour. If you're gonna get more specific, this was on the final installment part of her Badlands tour, so the very last set of shows she was doing before Badlands was like over and gone and no more. I bought my tickets back on pre-sale because I wasn't sure if this show was gonna sell out or not and how fast it was gonna sell out, and surprisingly it took a while for this show to sell out. I was not expecting that. I went to the show with my friends Angela and Shiloh. For my personal experience, there's nothing super special about this show. I didn't have like VIP or like nothing crazy happened. I didn't meet her or anything like that, so we're just gonna skip right to the day of the concert. So the day of the concert, we arrived at the venue pretty late actually. There was a Pirates game the same day, so we ended up hitting a little bit of traffic on the way into the city. So we arrived at the venue, I want to say around like 5:30, 6 o'clock. The doors opened at 6:30, so like I said, not super early at all. Probably the latest I've ever gotten to a venue for a concert before, but the line was wrapped the whole way around Stage AE, and this is usually what happens. The building's like a giant like square rectangle, so the lines will like start at the gate and then wrap the whole way around the building and come back around to the front. This happened when I saw 21 Pilots too. And we circled the whole building and we could not find the end of the line. Like, it literally just kept going. So we ended up just kind of jumping in where there was like a little crowd of people and just assumed that that was sort of the end of the line. I still don't know if that was the end of the line, and I'm sorry if I actually cut anybody because I literally had no idea what was going on. So we just jumped in that area, and then when the line started moving, we just went with the line. Since we were so late to the venue, we actually decided to opt out on the pit because it was pretty full already, and we really didn't have any desire to like push or anything to be super up close for the show. We just were kind of there for Halsey and to enjoy her music and to just hang out and stuff. So we ended up going onto the lawn section of this venue. There's a pit and a lawn, but it's not like an amphitheater or anything. It's a GA venue. It's really confusing. I don't know, maybe I'll put in a little like seating chart thing here so you can see it, but that's how the venue set up. We were on the lawn. We were like right next to the barricade of the lawn though, so we were like in the front of the lawn, so we could still see everything perfectly. Our spots were really great. I can't complain about them at all. I could see the whole show really well. So the opening date for our show was Oh Wonder, and I've never heard of them before, but guys, I was so in love with their set. I'm so in love with them now. I am like obsessed with them. I've been listening to their album like on repeat ever since I saw them. They're so good. I knew their one song, I think it's called Lose It, so if you guys have never heard of them or you have heard of them and never listened to anything, I would totally recommend doing it because I don't know what I was waiting for, and I'm so glad I found their music because they're so good. They kind of remind me, especially the lead vocal, she's a female, they kind of remind me a lot of the 1975 version of Mr. Wives, so a lot more chill and relaxed, but kind of has a little bit of a similar voice to Misty, I believe her name is, from Mr. Wives. So yeah, that's an idea of what they sound like. So once Oh Wonder was done, they started setting up for Halsey immediately. They were like setting up her stairs and everything for her stage setup, which guys, oh my god, her stage setup was so cool. I'm sure if you've seen pictures of it and stuff by now since the tour is officially over, but it's like big blocks. It had like LED displays on them, and she was like climbing through the insides of them, and there was like stairs, and it was so cool. It was really different, and I don't know, I just really liked how it was like 3D and interactive. So I want to talk about some of her visuals that she had at her concert, because one of my favorite thing about live shows is stage production. I think it is so cool to see how an artist visualizes their music and visualizes the story that their music tells. So one of my favorite visualizations that she had was during Castle. She had these like cartoon sketch looking like people marching like behind her on the screen, and they're like all like heading for the castle. So I don't know, it was I don't know, I just really liked it. That one kind of really appealed to me for some reason, don't know why, but I just really liked it. Also, during Ghost, I'm sure you've seen pictures of this one on Twitter or Instagram when she lays down on the big block in the center and she's like hanging off the edge, and then there's a visual of a falling girl like above her, behind her. That was just really, really beautiful and really aesthetically pleasing, not gonna lie. I really liked how that looked. And during New Americana, which I will talk more about that song in a second, she had the Send Love in the gay pride flag in the back, which I'm a huge LGBTQ supporter, so I really liked that one. And just with that song, it was overwhelming, and I think it made a lot of sense, and I really, really liked it. New Americana is a song that when I first heard it, I was like, yeah, this is pretty cool, but it was never really one of my favorites off of Badlands. I had ones that definitely I thought topped New Americana, but the more I listened to it, the more I really, really, really loved it. I saw this video that she did of performing it at Coachella with just the crowd just all like chanting the lyrics, and people were on other people's shoulders and everything like that. And ever since, I was super excited to hear that song live, just because it seemed like the atmosphere that was like there when she performed that song was so great and like overwhelming. I don't know if that makes sense, but I hope it does. So I was just so looking forward to hearing that song live, and let me tell you, it was an experience. Obviously, it was not as crazy as like a Coachella performance or whatever. There weren't people on other people's shoulders, but just hearing like a room of like preteens and young adults like screaming those lyrics, because it's so relatable to like this generation, and like we literally are the new Americana. Like, this is the new upcoming generation. I don't know, I feel like it's just like an anthem, and it's something we should all be proud of. I don't know, am I weird? Is that weird? I don't really know. But it was so cool. My favorite song off of Badlands is Control, and I was so excited because she did that song. And if you know the part, it's literally like the chorus of the song where it's like, all the kids cried out, please stop, you're scaring me. That part, she was like, all the kids cried out, and then the crowd screamed the lyrics back where it's like, please stop, you're scaring me. And that was just like really cool. That like audience interaction that she had was really cool. So for the very end of her like set before the encore, she actually ended with Young God, which I was super surprised about, but that is also one of my favorites off of Badlands, so I wasn't complaining at all. So she gets off stage and then she comes back on for her encore. The first thing that played was Colors Part 2, which is like a long kind of instrumental version that goes along with Colors, and then she performed Colors as the very last song, which was really cool. I liked how she chose to end with that song. I was kind of anticipating that, and like I kind of knew that was what she was going to end it with. I actually didn't look up the set list before this show, surprisingly, so I had no idea what was next, but I knew as soon as it wasn't on the original, I was like, this is it, like she's ending with it. And it was really cool as well because she launched blue and pink confetti at the very end of the set, and I always love when artists launch confetti. Overall, the show was so good. Halsey's stage presence is really, really bold, and I think that's awesome. She's only one person working a stage, and I think how well she did that was really, really amazing. So she was working that stage, her outfits were killer, every single one of them. I want to be her. Her attitude on stage was so great. She was so humble. Overall, I just think she's a really great person. I think it's super unfortunate that it's kind of like a trend or whatever to hate on her. That is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Also, I totally forgot to mention, this is the merch that I got. It just says Badlands. It's like a cropped sweatshirt. Super comfortable. Kind of looks like Kanye West vibes with like the tan color. I love it. Really like it. So anyway, this is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please let me know by giving it a big thumbs up. Also, if you're not already and you would like to, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. I post new videos every single week. Until the next video, I will see you all later. Bye, guys. Gotta take that thumbnail, though. Totally in blue sweatpants. Isn't this a look? Oh, with fuzzy socks. I'm living.